All right, guys, I'm recording. Good evening. It is Monday. We are rocking and rolling here in November. And tonight, you guys, I am talking all about some of my favorite tech things, mainly regarding photo and video creating. And I am just super excited to share with you guys, as well as learn from you. We're about to learn from each other of some of our favorite apps that we use, as well as just some of the things that I do on a daily basis that I do like super fast and quick and mindlessly. And I thought to myself, Brittany, you need to start sharing some of these things that are almost like, you know, muscle memory to you so that others can then utilize it as well. So that's kind of the point of tonight, of sharing this stuff with you guys. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun with it. So the first question was, what apps in regards to photos and videos do you guys love? Mary said she loves Instagram layouts, easy to use and access, but you can't add words, so that is a bummer. So we'll talk about some word adding apps. I love layout. That is one of my favorite for creating collages. That's always my go-to. Rebecca says using Fonto and Collageable. You're making me work real hard, guys, with these names right now, which, okay, just those two. And you know what? I'm actually not really familiar, I don't think, with either of those. So that's awesome. I'm going to look those up and we can even talk more about that throughout the night. Amanda, typically use PhotoGrid or Be Funky. Amanda, what is Be Funky catered towards? Is it like words? Talk to me about that. Tiffany says PhotoGrid or Avery. Avery is that like putting graphics and stuff on pictures? Love it. Okay, next question was, what are we most intimidated about? Now, guys, the reason that it's funny to me that this is second nature is that technology has always been my enemy. I'm the person that I wait till everyone gets like the newest phone or the newest gadget, and I'm the last one to get it once everyone has it. And I'm like, okay, I guess it works, or I guess it makes life easier. I guess I'll jump on that bandwagon. But I'm always the last one when it comes to tech. In fact, when I was a child, my mom bought us that Big Mac, not Big Mac like McDonald's, but like the Big Mac after Apple IIgs. If everybody remembers, an Apple IIgs was like where we played Oregon Trail and whatnot in school when we were little, if you're my age. And then Mac came out and you could get a Big Mac. Well, my mom got us that for Christmas as a family, and I was so mad. Literally livid. Guys, I'm going to mute everybody really quick just so that I can, so we don't get that background noise. Literally was livid. I cried on Christmas Day because she bought a computer and I thought the world was ending because I hated, at the time, technology. In fact, I even named, you can name your Mac, and I named it Bah Humbug because I was literally pissed. My mom can attest to that. So that's just like, I've just never been that person. And over the years though, everything in my business that you see today, my blog, guys, I do that all myself. Like, I joke with Charlie that I'm a coder, like that I know how to do coding. I don't really, but I know how to do a little bit of stuff. And it's really cool, like my newsletters and my blog and every graphic you see and just all this stuff that I can do bing, bang, boom. It didn't start that way. I had to learn it first, and I had to play with it, and I had to work at it. And so some of this stuff too, you guys, you could truly go down the rabbit hole and like spend hours and hours and years in this. And I'm the type that happens to me sometimes. I do encourage you to make sure that you like set a timer for yourself when you do go to play on some of these sites and some of these apps, because you could get stuck there for a while without getting any actual work done. But they are tools that will eventually make your life easier and just make things a lot more fun and creative in this business. So what we're intimidated by. Mary said not having the right words to use or explain things. Right. So obviously with graphics and images that we create, and guys, you can use this for anything you do, right? Like you could use this as graphics and images you create for your workplace or for, you're going to see there's some really cool things you can do with Canva. But a lot of times you need the right words to go with what you're doing, right? And so just putting up some amazing graphic doesn't mean that people all of a sudden are going to fall in love with you or know what you're talking about or anything, right? You can post the best picture of a meal, but you also have to teach them how to make it, right? So talking through that, I love it. Intimidating you that let's see, Rebecca says that I don't want my images to look slapdash or childish, especially since I only have access to my phone to create those. Yeah, you want it to look professional, right? Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And the reality is, like, I look back at my pictures from when I first started, I'm like, oh, like, what was I thinking? But as we get better, we know better and we grow, right? Okay, Amanda, not being able to find or come up with ideas. Yes, and some of this is awesome because you're going to see templates. And a lot of times these templates help me, like, spark an idea. And I'm like, oh, I really like the way that looks, you know, and then I get an idea from something. I'm also going to remind you that if you're doing personal development and you're doing your workout every day, there should be at least something in that that you can talk about throughout your day, right? So remember that, guys. A lot of times when I struggle coming up with content or ideas, usually it's because I'm missing an area of basically my foundation, my self-care foundation. So keep that in mind. Leia, I don't have any. Love it. She's the old me of technology. Not having ideas. Yep. Tiffany, same thing that I just said with Amanda. Be Funky is an app for photo editing. Awesome. Love it. Collageable isn't that great. You can't resize your photos. Yeah, sometimes that kind of stuff's a bummer. Okay, number 3. Hold on, I gotta look at what I wrote. What do you enjoy most about creating content? And so, guys, this is one of my favorite parts. The creation of things is literally what I love the most about being a Beachbody coach. And so for me, you know, like, I could easily sit here and create stuff all day and not have a stinking client or coach or anybody to teach it to. But yet I love doing it. Like, that's what I love doing for free. And so if you're anything like me and you like doing that stuff, you're going to really dig this. If you're not like me and you're like, I'm just not creative, if you feel like you're not a creative person or you just don't know what to do, this stuff will be a great tool for you because you'll feel like you're a really, like, amazing graphic designer when you're done with this stuff. Chance to be creative and try new things. Yep, Mary. Amanda, creating opportunities for engagement and sharing knowledge. Absolutely. That's exactly what the purpose of all this is, right, guys? It's to share our knowledge, create that engagement with other people. And number 3, I'd like to be creative with that and would be nice to be unique. And that's the cool thing here you're going to see in a second, Rebecca, as well, is that you will have that opportunity to kind of create your own brand, which we've talked about in the past, but that won't be really the content for tonight. So without further ado, let us get over to the PowerPoint. I'm going to share the screen again. And a couple things really quick before we dive in, guys. I know you're itching to get into this, but things to know right now, guys. 3-day refresh. We've got the team planning on doing it November 27th, 28th, 29th. That is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you are wanting to do the 3-day refresh with us, you need to make sure you order that by, like, the end of this week, okay? And if you have your Shakeology already on hand and you're good with that, then you only need to purchase the kit that is without Shakeology. It's like the refill kit, so that you have your fiber sweep and your vanilla fresh, and then all of the other stuff that you eat, you cook. So the refresh group is happening that Monday through Wednesday. You're welcome to do that with us. Trust me, this is not something for the faint of heart, and it's not something that people who do it alone enjoy as much. I've always done it with a partner or a friend or somebody. So make sure if you have questions about that, guys, I posted a blog about it today. You can check that out over on my my business page. And if you have more questions, by all means, you can ask them as well. Things to do this month. Things to do, guys, your botathon. If you haven't started brainstorming what 3 or 4 workouts you're going to need to fill up a 2-hour time slot, make sure that you're doing that. If you need help figuring something out, you can talk to myself or Amanda. And remember that on Friday the 24th, fingers crossed, guys, that we get our tank tops sent directly to us before Thanksgiving and that they arrive so that you can A, sport your tank top, B, go on Facebook Live, share sweaty selfies, just talking about the fact that this community is doing something crazy big together the day after Thanksgiving. Really ham and chalk that up, guys. And if people are interested in this whole Inspire Beauty thing, and that opens up dialogue, that weekend we are hosting a 3-day coach sneak peek as well. So keep your eyes peeled for information on that. But the botathon, if there's anything you do this month, get your butt off the couch and do the botathon. Doesn't matter what fitness level you're at. You can do 2 hours of yoga meditation if you need to do 2 hours of yoga meditation to, like, get back in a sane place of mind after Thanksgiving, or you can do 2 hours of insanity, whatever you freaking want. It's all you. And then things to try in your business, guys. Opening up combos via any sort of story, Facebook story or Instagram story, is very easy because it's a fluid way to get into somebody's message box. If you look at someone's story on Instagram, this is totally not really what we're talking about today, but I just wanted to give you something. Each week I want to try to give us something kind of to think about and stir in our minds. And so if you're an Instagram story or Facebook story and you're looking at somebody else's stuff, you can message them directly by swiping up, and the message thing will be down there, and you can message them directly in regards to whatever they posted about. Oh my gosh, your son is so cute, or oh my gosh, that dinner looks delicious. What's the recipe? And you can open up like non-threatening, right? Like low risk conversation to form relationships with people based on what they're sharing on their story. It's different than commenting because this goes to a private message. So that's what we want, right? We want to get into that private message. So try something this week. I dare ya, triple dog dare ya, to open up conversations via story. All right, let's get into it. So 3 things that are on your computer that you can try out, guys. iMovie. Now, iMovie is on your computer, but it's also on your iPhone. Now, I love you guys so much, but I'm really talking about iPhone tonight. And so Android users, if you're an Android user and you have an equivalent app or that app's not accessible for you, just you guys take the lead on that in the chat box and talk through anything about that. But iMovie is on your iPhone. It's also on your Mac computer. But it is it's not the most user-friendly thing that's ever existed in the world, but it is the thing that I use to create pretty much all of my videos. A couple things to keep in mind with iMovie. So when I go to make a movie, there are 2 things that I may do, okay? If I'm not doing it live. If this is like I'm making the movie so that later I can share the video somehow, these are the things I do. 1, either I set it up in my in my camera to either be on video, or I set it up to be on time lapse. So whenever you see my videos and they're in like fast forward, what am I using? I'm using time lapse. You'll see like a wheel spin at the bottom, and it just makes it go through really fast. It turns a 30-minute workout into a 30-second video. Perfect, right? The point isn't that I'm trying to get them to see all the moves, or that's not usually the point of something like that. Sometimes I just want a quick video to show them what the duration of my workout looked like, and maybe what some of the moves look like. And they get the gist when it's repetitive like that, okay? And then, or I'll use video. Now, if I use video and I video my entire 30-minute workout, I'm not going to post then my entire 30-minute workout. I'm going to do a couple things. 1, I'm going to probably speed parts of it up. 2, I'm going to cut stuff, right? So I'm only going to give them what I want them to see. Pro tip right here, guys. When you do videos, you want to flip the camera horizontally. If you do vertically, and then you go into iMovie, you'll get those black bars along the side. And I don't like those black bars personally on my look on social media, because I try to have white borders. And so when I have those black bars, it just drives me crazy. So in order to get rid of those black bars, what do? You flip your video horizontal. So anytime you video yourself or prop your phone up, try to do 2 things. Try to make it horizontal, and then also try to use the front-facing camera, not the selfie camera. I know a lot of times we want to watch ourselves, and I'm a victim of that too. Like I use my phone video also as kind of a mirror for myself to see if I've got good form. But the better quality camera, if you have the 6, 7, whatever, not the newest iPhone, but the better quality camera is going to be here. Now on the new iPhone, it probably doesn't even matter, because I'm certain that camera is even better quality. So those are a couple hacks. Then when I get into iMovie, you guys, I do most of this on my phone. So I'm going to show you a little bit. Come on. So there's a plus button here. And anytime you want to start a new movie or create a new movie, you hit that plus button. And then from there, it's going to ask you 2 things. It'll ask you if you want to do a movie or if you want to do a trailer. And I always click on the movie, and it takes a second. So when I click on movie, I can then import whatever videos are on my camera. So all of them, see how all of them now pop up, and I can go down and I can find the last video that I did. So let me just scroll a second. Cool. The last video I did for the challenge group, and it was like a 45-second video of Frankie bothering me during my workout. So then I select that one with the check mark, and then I click create movie. One of the reasons why I like to cut my movies down to a minute or less, or my videos down to a minute or less, is because attention span. People don't want to watch something like, people don't want to watch me work out for 10 minutes. I've lost their attention. So one, attention span. And two, if it is something like that where it's just repetitive and I'm not talking, you know, again, it's that attention span thing. You want to just keep people engaged. So this one, do you see how there's the 2 black bars? I did this vertically, so that's what you're going to see. If I had done it horizontally, you would see that it's taking up the whole space of that. And then you have it down here, and then there's lots of tools. So when I click on the actual video strip, I can edit it down. I can turn the sound off here. So if I click on that, I can turn my sound off. So then a thing comes here, so I can, if I don't want them hearing like autumn in the background or whatever, if I've got not royalty-free music, I can turn that off. If I want to speed it up, I hit that little clock, and then it shows me a turtle and a bunny. So I usually always do all the way sped up, like 2 times it. And then if I want to cut stuff, like, so here's the beginning of the movie, and let's say I just play it for a second. Okay, it's going. You know, I really like that, but I'm going to stop there. I don't want it to show all of that beginning stuff because that's me getting set up. It's not really anything important. So what I do is I click pause where I want it to split, and then I make sure I highlight the screen again, so it's yellow now. A second ago it wasn't highlighted. Once I highlight it, that's when these things come down at the bottom. And then I can go to the scissors, that's your cutting area, and you can split. If you want to cut it, like you want to split it and put space in between those 2 things, or, so I split it, right, because I want to cut that part away, and then I highlight the part that I no longer want, and I click on delete, and it takes it away. So those are just some things I do when I'm making my movie, and I go through and I like, okay, I'll press play, and I'm like, okay, I like that part, and I only want to do 4 lunges. So, okay, I did 1 lunge, 2 lunges, 3 lunges, 4 lunges, cool. Pause it. I'm going to then cut and paste, or cut that part out of all the other lunges I do after that, because I don't want 17 lunges in the video. They get the point after 4, right? And so that's just one thing I do. Once you're done with that, there's filters that you can put on it. You can add text to it. You can, where am I at? Text. You can add, where am I going? Oh, right here. I can change the theme. So like other themes pop up. And so if I want it to be like the neon theme, I can select that, and it'll be a certain filter. And then there's theme music that goes along with it. So if you wanted to have like a little fun thing with it, I'll show you what that does. That's all. So just put some like silly music behind it. So that is iMovie, you guys, but that's one that I use. That is the only one I use when I do videos. So if you're like, what do you use when you do videos? I record it on my phone, and then I send it over to iMovie, and I do the magic there. Okay, Pick, Play, Post is another app that I use that can have video on it, but it's not my favorite, and there's a watermark on it that I don't want to pay to get it removed. And it's a collage, but you can add video into your collage, okay? But I'll show you those apps in a second. Tonight we're also going to explore Canva and PicMonkey, which are also on your computer. Now, Canva and PicMonkey you're going to see on this next screen. These are my photos and video apps on my personal phone right now, guys. So PicMonkey and Canva I actually have on my phone. Canva is really good on the phone, but PicMonkey kind of sucks on the phone. So I don't ever use PicMonkey on my actual cell phone. I will sometimes use Canva on my cell phone because I do like what it does there. But the apps that literally I use every single day, well, I use my camera every day. I use WordSwag almost every day. WordSwag is great for just graphics, or not just graphics, just text. So if you want just a white background and you want to put some words on it, Word Swag is awesome for that. Typic is just another photo editing app. There's images you can add onto it. There's filters. There's text and fonts and fun stuff like that. So that one is that. FAVE is another one very similar to Typic, you know, same kind of deal. Layout and Pick, Play, Post are both collage apps. I more often than not use Layout. Over on my other one, PicMonkey, like I said, I'll show you that in Canva in a second. Studio, it's another one very similar to FAVE and Typic, and I used to use this one a lot back in the day. I don't use this one as much anymore, but it's still a good one. Whenever I want to blur out the background of something, you guys, like let's say, you know, I take a picture right now and I don't want you to see like what's actually here. I just want you to see me. I use touch blur to blur out my background of things. Color pop, it makes, you know, everything black and white except for maybe one thing. So like if I have energize and I really want to highlight that energize, like that bright yellow color, I can use color pop and kind of tone out everything else and pop out that yellow on the energize. Add music and GIF Maker I don't really use very often, but add music is exactly what it sounds like. You add music to things. And then down here, I use Whiteogram every day. And PS Express, I'm new to. This is the Adobe Photoshop, but I'm newer to it, but I simply love it as well. So I would highly recommend checking out PS Express. Whiteogram is the one that I use to create my edges, my white edges around all of my photos, but you can also do that in PS Express. They do have an option for that. So now I want to play a little. So I'm going to stop the share here. And you guys feel free, if you're on your computers too while you're listening, feel free to play around too. Did you pay for your word swag? Nope, I did not. And Amanda's Android, Mary is an Android. I only have slow motion available on my phone's camera. No, thanks. Ooh. Could you imagine if you showed everybody your workout in slow-mo? Love it. Okay, I'm going to share Firefox with you guys so you can see. I'm going to start with, I need to move our faces away. Okay. I'm going to start with PicMonkey and show you a little bit about that. So PicMonkey, I actually pay for, and I'm starting to consider maybe canceling my subscription. Not just yet, but I'll tell you why in a second, because I've started to really play with Canva and realized how much I love that one, and it just has a lot more for free. So, but PicMonkey I still utilize on the regular. In fact, like the graphic that I made today for Natalie to shout her out, done here at PicMonkey. So I'm going to show you. So I can edit things from my hub. My hub is where I can save anything I've worked on. I can save it here. So let me just show you like big hack. You're like, Brittany, my mind is blown. I didn't know you did this. Look at this right here, guys. Volume leaderboard. What? The volume leaderboard. Okay, I got to move our faces. They're like in my way tonight. Volume leaderboard, edit. I hope you guys can see this. Every Thursday when I go to do volume shoutouts and Success Club shoutouts, I pull this template up. I do not recreate it every Thursday. In a couple months when I'm bored to tears with this template and I want to make a new one, I'll make a new one. But right now I'm vibing with this one. So this is what I pull up every Thursday, and then I just run my numbers and I add it all in here. Super easy. Okay. Hub. Let's see here. I can do cutouts of myself. So how do you do a cutout of yourself? Well, I'll show you. Haha. PicMonkey also is like the world's slowest website. You're killing me. Okay, here it is. So if you notice, there's like a checkerboard background. That's because I've made this transparent. That's the key to making a cutout of anything. If you want to make a cutout of yourself, if you want to make a cutout of Challenger or a cutout of your dog or whatever, you gotta make it transparent. So the background here, when you go to canvas color, and this is again stuff that I've just played around with for years, but this stuff is so cool, guys. And then you just hit transparent canvas, and that's where that grid comes up. And once you apply the transparent canvas, anything that you get rid of will go away. So this picture, all I did, you guys, is I I erased, so you can even see where my erasing wasn't very good on the side there because of the white if I move it back. I erased the things I didn't want to see. So let me grab the, where's my mouse? This is out of control. Okay, let me grab this and slide. Okay, here's the overlay thing, and there's an eraser option. And so I just change my eraser size, and I just start going through here, and I start erasing parts of the image. Like, look, I could erase this part of my face. Obviously, I don't want to do that, but that's how I get a cutout. And then I save it, and once I save it, then I can take this and I can put it on top of other things. So that's how I've made things like, don't save. That's how I've made things like this. I made a YouTube thumbnail the other day, and I just put my cutout there and then put the words I wanted to do, right? When I do something like this, this comes from a template. So let me go back to like the very, very beginning of PicMonkey. Don't save. When I go here, I can go to a blank canvas, or I can custom size it if I know the size I want, but I work smarter, not harder. And then there's templates here too, but I'll show you. If you go to blank canvas, it's gonna give you every dimension for everything you need. So if you're wanting to create a new Facebook cover photo, you go here and you look, this one's an event cover photo. This is the right size for a Facebook cover photo. Here's the right size for a group cover photo. So every time I create a group photo, I can do it here. A business photo cover or cover photo is there, et cetera, et cetera. Anytime I do like a Pinterest pin, like I want to do a long pin, I can make it through here. So anytime you want a custom sized thing for your whatever social media handle you're using, guys, you can pick it here, okay? What I don't love about this is it is a little limited in certain things. So I'm going to show you really quick Canva because I know that our thing is running out of time. I don't pay for Canva. It's all free. But Canva is where I've created a lot of the things for the Planks and Thanks. For example, I created our cover photo for Planks and Thanks here. And this was just a template image that I found in Canva, okay? I do my Transformation Tuesdays in here. I created all of the graphics for the Planks and Thanks this week in here. I updated them. This is where I've been making our meal planners for our challenge groups, as well as the PDF I made for the gratitude journal. I did it all in here, guys, and it really ends up looking really nice. This is why I say, you know, you could do this. I wish I knew about this, or they had it when I was a teacher in the classroom, because I would have created worksheets or other things. If you need the trackers that I've created, you guys, I created them here. Let me scroll down. Look. This is the monthly challenge group thing. I'm in the process of making a goal planner. Here's the tracker that I created. So anytime, you guys, that I make stuff like this, it's happening in here. And I'm using templates that they have and then just kind of playing and adjusting and making it my own. But I really love this one because it doesn't matter what you do. Just like Google Docs, it saves it automatically. So the second you start something, like you'll see there's things I've started that I didn't really want to do it, but it saved it for me anyway because I had opened it to start it. And there's, again, you can figure out what sizes you need of everything. There's those templates. You can find templates by going into here and just searching, you know, any of these sorts of things, you guys. But what I encourage all of you to do, and the reason why I wanted to show this especially, is this is a really easy tool. Let me stop sharing, look, because I think we're running low on time. This is a really great tool, you guys, to kind of refresh your cover photos or make graphics when you're beginning to run challenge groups or advertising anything like the upcoming 3-day refresh or the botathon. These are awesome, awesome tools to be able to, you know, again, make it look like it's your own. Make it look different than a stock photo image, right? You can get carried away with the stock images, so I would be careful about that. You know, I try to also put me in a lot of things because that's what people want to see. They want to see you and you being genuine. But you guys, they make everything like just so much easier. You can be a graphic designer too. Like, I feel like everyone can be a graphic designer without having to go to school for it. If you look, you guys, at my recent cover photos, if you go to my personal page, This one I did all on PicMonkey. And then once, and then on Run to Your Happy Place, I did that one as well, all over there as well. So you can see that. Hold on, guys. Julianne's FaceTiming me. Let's say hi. Julianne, you need to say hi to my team because we're wrapping up our Zoom.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't. I said that you were going to say hi.
Hi, everyone.
She says hi. They're all waving.
You guys learned about tech stuff.
Yeah, we're talking Canva, PicMonkey, just all my favorites. So,
Tech for the year.
and they're sharing all their apps too. I'm loving it. So I'm going to have to be on my phone all night. Anyway, you and I have been playing phone tag, so I'll call you in a second, okay?
Sounds good. All right, bye.
Love you. Bye. All day long we've been playing phone tag, but I figured she'd like to say hi. All right, guys, any questions? I know that was like a ton, and I was cramming it all in. And honestly, I could talk about this for the rest of the month. We could play with this like every Monday night from here until the end of the year, and we'd still have stuff to learn about. If PicMonkey interests you, and if you've got questions, chime in with them, please, and cut me off. But PicMonkey, in the resource page, I have all sorts of tutorials, and I'm getting prepped to add Canva to that as well. So if you're like, that was a lot, Brittany, and I should go play with it, but I also need a little guidance, I'm going to go to the resource page and look at the PicMonkey stuff, but I'll also be adding Canva as well. Yes, time to play with the apps. Absolutely. Anybody else? Video Shop is good for Android. Cool. I love that Android people are helping each other out. And I think I answered you, Mary. No, I don't pay for my word swag. I have the free. I don't know if there's an upgrade, honestly, but I pay for free. Or I don't pay for free. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, know what I mean. Any questions, guys? You can unmute yourself and ask. Or you can type them in. No? I want to snap a pic of us real quick before we head away. So everybody, fix your hair, fix your life. Just kidding. Are we sticking our tongues out, Rebecca? Is that what's happening? All right, everyone's tongue out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I started trying to like count down with my tongue out. I can't do that. I'm looking forward to figuring out my camera. Okay, my hair's fixed. Love it, Leah. All right, guys, love you guys so much. Thank you for being on, as always, and we will chat back on the team page. Have a great night, guys.